Good morning, everybody. Good morning. It is Tuesday, July 25th. We are in the last weekish of July. Good morning, Mary. Happy Tuesday. The week is moving on. Man, yesterday was a long day. It already seems like it should be Wednesday or Thursday, but that's okay. We take it a day at a time. Thank you. Yes, I'm very excited. This is just my second week, and I'm very, very grateful. Welcome to my channel, Bookeemonsters. If you're new, good morning. If you are tuning in later, good day. I appreciate you coming and seeing us this early in the morning. Let me switch over to this tab. Um, I'm still currently reading A Dream of Death, and I am at 45%. I'm liking it. It is set in Scotland. We're kind of lagging in the middle here, but I'm hoping it will pick up from there. But I haven't given up on it. I'm still liking it. Oh, maybe because I was going in front of it, or maybe I'm jiggling. We'll see how that goes. Morning, Deborah. Yeah, Deborah, if you could give me some feedback, I'd appreciate that. Here, let me do a little adjusting here. And I'll try not to move. It's actually sitting on my lap. I've got one of those laptop desk things. So if I wiggle too much, I might be jiggling the camera. So that's what I'm reading right now. I've, you know how in, Mary, this might be new to you, but in the book world, there are months where there are themes. I guess people, there you are. Good morning. And for August, there is a theme of Garbogust, where you are free to read trashy books. Sorry about that. Copy is required. Okay, maybe if people are watching this in replay, they can tell us if it was out of focus or not. So in August, some people are participating in Garbogust. Again, you're free to watch or read books that are considered by you trashy. And I think trashy is in the eye of the beholder. And so I'm thinking I might participate. I did try to do the mid-year Garbogust, but this next week begins the official Garbogust. And these are the books I am contemplating. I might jump in the Magnolia Parks. Oof, to me that is this generation's ultimate trashy book. But I'm also really considering the Patricia Cornwell. She's become trashy. That's her newest, and it was available on a library. And James Patterson, First to Die, another James Patterson NYPD Red. These others I don't necessarily consider trashy, but they're just sort of like guilt reads or just something I thought I would, but I'm really tending towards the Magnolia Parks. So that is what I will probably read for Garbogust. Let's go to the new releases. Now this was interesting. I did a little sneak peek, and yesterday we did mysteries, and today okay, we'll see in a minute. Yesterday we looked at mysteries, and today I was going to take a look at the new releases this week for romance, and going to bookright.com. Now this site only does like the big publishers, I think. It doesn't handle any of the smaller things, what it considers fiction perhaps, or mainstream. And I click on romance books for this week, and there's one. one romance book this week. We'll take a look at it, but then we'll go someplace else. So they are saying the one romance book this week is Someone Just Like You by Meredith Shore. It is 352 pages. Sizzling chemistry and tender friendship develops between two childhood rivals in this hilarious rom-com. New Yorker Molly Bloom knows everything about her lifelong nemesis Jude Stark. With their families so close, they should have been best friends. Instead, she thinks he's a too charming slacker, and he thinks she's allergic to fun. After years of one-upping each other's pranks, chocolate-dipped cat treats are not as delicious as they appear. Ugh. One high school joke went too far, and they stopped speaking completely. But now that they're supposed to help plan a massive party for their parents together, there's no better time to resume the war. And it is on. Only somewhere between all the sniping and harmless hijinks, a reluctant friendship develops, along with an unexpected spark of sexual tension. It might have to do with the fact that she's been dating Jude lookalikes and he's been dating Molly doppelgangers, or the fact that neither of them is nearly as horrible as they thought. All Molly and Jude know is that they've mastered the art of hating each other. Falling in love, on the other hand, is a whole new battlefield. That sounds kind of cute. That is Someone Just Like You by Meredith Shore. And that's the romance that Book Riot says is out this week. So we are going to jump to a different website and look at other things, because they are incorrect. There's more than one romance this week. Thank you, Mary. I appreciate that. I know. So they are very much, I think, a mainstream kind of thing. A slow burn, lots of good tension. Yeah. And the setup isn't too corny, silly. That's kind of my threshold if it's too corny and silly. But over on Fresh Fiction, they include the Harlequin romances, which I have come to appreciate lately. And we'll also look some more at the cozy mysteries that we didn't get to yesterday. So look at all these that they're not even talking about. All right. So this one is A Cowboy's Fourth. Now these are alphabetical also. A Cowboy's 4th of July by Melinda Curtis. It is in the Cowboy Academy semi-series number 2. Could a cowboy's former crush be his future? Dick's Youngblood has loved Allison Burns since he tutored her in high school. Now she's a single mom trying to save her family's Oklahoma ranch from him. Foreclosing on bad debts is the only way to succeed as a banker, but he can't refuse her request for help. From feeding piglets to posing as Allison's fake boyfriend, Dix is soon pulled into the beautiful rancher's life. Will she reawaken his cowboy heart? Gotta say, I'm from Montana. Cowboys don't do it for me. I know that seems counterintuitive, but it's like too much exposure. I don't find them romantic. A Laird Without a Past. It's a historical romance by Janine Englert. Secrets of Clan Cameron #1. This is the first. Good for her. Escape to the Scottish Isles with this rugged Highlander. His past is forgotten. Can his mysterious healer unlock his future? When Royce wakes with no memories and suddenly blind, his situation seems dire. The only thing he remembers is being attacked by shadowy figures, but not the beautiful woman who came to his rescue. Now Iona Mackenzie, stop jumping. Mackenzie's every touch drives Royce wild. But when news of a manhunt for him reaches them, Royce must uncover his past if he has any chance of saving himself and the woman he's falling for. All right. Laird Without a Past. That's a nice cover, though. I like her little outfit. I can't remember. Did we look at A Questionable Character yesterday? Cozy Romance by Lorna Barrett? I can't remember. Booktown Mystery number 17. The murder of a local contractor may be the final nail in the coffin for Tricia Miles in the latest entry in the Booktown Mysteries series. It's a busy summer in Booktown. Contractor Jim Stark is in great demand. He's overseeing a number of projects, including Angelica Miles' newly constructed building on Main Street, finishing up the new brew pub and gutting a stone mansion off Main Street that Angelica bought to be the world headquarters for Nigella and Rosita Associates. It'll house office space where her marketing staff and the rest of the NR Associates clerical personnel will work. Trisha Miles and Angelica arrive at the mansion before their workday to see how the construction is going. They find the place unlocked and Stark's right-hand man, Sanjay Arya, dead, bludgeoned to death. I'll stop there. Questionable character. That has a pretty cover too. Another romance, Allie and the Rebel Doc. That's a medical romance. That's also a very big subcategory. Allie and the Rebel Doc by Emily Forbes. A Sydney Central Reunion number 3. Return to Sydney Central Hospital in the latest Harlequin medical romance. The only thing they agree on is their scorching chemistry. Head of obstetrics and gynecology, Alinta Edwards, is cautious, controlled, and completely fulfilled by her career. Anesthetist Jake is the opposite. This rebel chases adrenaline, determined to live his life to the fullest. So who better to push Allie out of her comfort zone? She just doesn't expect Jake to awaken quite so many of her senses. ... So, like, if one read medical romances, that kind of sounds good. I don't really care for the cover, though. I mean, she's very pretty. It just doesn't pull you into a romance, for me. That's just me. Another cozy mystery, All That Glitters Isn't Old. Oh, heck yeah. Checking in on comments here. Deborah says, Harlequin romances got me through law school. Oh, man, I read Love Swept back in the 80s like candy. Oh, my gosh. And back in college, I worked in a bookstore. And this was back in the 80s, so there was no internet, no anything like that. And we would have ladies come in every month and buy the stacks every month. And hey, you know what's going to happen, but that's okay. On sale July 25th. Very true, considering the title. Shades of Megan. Yeah, that would turn me off. So this cozy, All That Glitters Isn't Old by Gabby Allen. Wit and Whiskers cozy. When she's not piloting a glass-bottom boat showing the sights to tourists, Wit sells seashells by the seashore. They are going to test me this morning. Among many other sea and sand souvenirs to help keep her family shop, Nautically Yours, afloat. It's a far cry from her corporate climbing ladder life in Los Angeles, but Wit and her frisky feline, Whiskers, love calling Catalina home and being close to family, especially Wit's grandmother Goldie, a fun and feisty senior who always marched to the beat of a different drum. In her youth, Goldie was an item with Catalina Catch named Darren, but it was actually a ruse to fool Darren's parents, who wouldn't have accepted his preference for men. Eventually, he left the island and chose the life and life partner he wanted for himself. Back in town for his mother's funeral, Darren takes the opportunity to heal his open wounds and settle some old scores. In a surprise to the residents, Darren produced a documentary about the history of Catalina and has arranged a premiere screening in the local theater, but his film career is cut short when his partner's dead body is discovered the night before the opening. And that's an interesting premise. All That Glitters Isn't Gold. I don't know, a little cartoonish, but that's just me. Another Harlequin. This one's a love-inspired cold case. Amish Fugitive by Shelley Shepherd Gray. Again, Amish is huge in the romance books. An Amish outcast, a woman willing to help, a killer determined to silence them. Daniel Miller's Amish community won't accept him even though he's been acquitted of a crime he didn't commit. When Layla, born Traeger, offers to help him find the real culprit, Daniel has a chance to prove his innocence. But a killer on the loose puts them both in danger. Will Daniel accept Layla's help, or will he sacrifice clearing his name to keep her safe? I think he's going to choose love. That's just me. Definitely one to put on the bookshelf for Amish in April. Again, another month that has a theme if you are wanting to do a theme. Another Harlequin, An Unexpected Twins Proposal by Kim Finley. Cupid's Crossing, number 5. Could her chance to start over lead to an unexpected family? Jess Slade comes back to her hometown of Cupid's Crossing single, pregnant, and desperate for a job. I think I read that wrong. Luckily, also new in town, Deacon Standish needs a temp at his law office. Jess has absolutely nothing in common with the big city lawyer, and he's going back to his family's successful practice soon. So why does he find himself picturing them as a family, with him holding her twins? Not only is it a baby, it's twins. And those babies look a little squished. I used to manage a children's photography studio in the mall. That's not how you pose babies. Another good one by Harlequin, Bad Boy Gone Good by Katie Fry. That is a good title. Hartman Ayres, number 3. A Sexy Opposites Attract Western Romance. Mix a bad boy who wants to fix his reputation and a good girl who can't resist her brother's best friend, and you get Katie Frey's newest romance. When a reformed bad boy meets a consummate good girl. Despite his millions, August Quaid still hasn't shaken his reputation as the bad boy of Bozeman. Bozeman? This is set in Montana. Even though he's learning the ranching business from the wealthy Hartman family. But with the return of Hartman twin Evie, all of August's good intentions are going to hell. His best friend's little sister is now a stunning, too tempting Hollywood actress looking to lose her virginity to him. An innocent game has taken a wicked turn. August has 2 truths. He wants Evie, and she definitely wants him. And his lie, that he can't resist her, ... Well, I would look at that just because it's set in Bozeman. That's just an hour and a half away from here. And it's kind of a nice cover, although they're kind of standing close to the fire for such a long dress. But that's me. You know what, Mary? She is saying, I always aspired to a Harlequin subscription, but I never did it. I do have one. I subscribed to Harlequin Plus 2-3 months ago because of Sarah at Bookish Knitter. Because it's, you get them right away. The only downside is that you have to read them on your computer. You can't download it to your Kindle. But I think she was saying you can hook a Kobo and read them that way. I'm not sure. But I do have one for a little bit here. Where are we at? 618. I'll slide through a few here. Brought Together by His Baby by Christine Lynn. A Sydney Central Union, number 3. Is this another one? When a highly successful obstetrician adopts a baby, she thinks her life is complete, until the baby's real and far too gorgeous daddy turns up in the most unexpected way. Find out what happens in this amazing debut. His child will bind them forever? ? Dr. Kelsey's adopted baby, Emma, is her whole world. Then her little girl's biological father, Liam, arrives out of the blue, and her life quickly implodes. He wants custody of his daughter, and while Kelsey can't bear the idea of losing Emma, she knows that cooperating with Liam is the right thing to do, until it creates an extra complication, their forbidden attraction. Another Harlequin. This one's a cold case. I love cold cases. This is in the Love Inspired also, so it's more faith-based. By Susan Gihino, maybe? Uncovering the past can be deadly. When a body is found buried in the garden of a vacant house, acting police chief Carolee Patterson finds herself investigating a murder that happened 30 years ago. The new property owner, ex-con Will Vivners, refuses to cooperate, but when old secrets are unearthed, Carolee and Will must trust each other to catch a killer who will stop at nothing to keep the truth from coming out. And it's kind of a bland kind of cover there, but that does intrigue me. A, I love mysteries. B, I love cold cases. And this will have a touch of romance, of course, and I kind of like the faith-based. They're not bad. Thriller, women's fiction, Rayanne Chain. She's kind of romance-ish, and I don't think she was in the other page. Of course not. There's only one romance book this week, according to them. Current Creek Valley by Rayanne Thane. 320 pages. A single dad is determined to persuade the prickly one of his dreams that they can be more than a fling in this heartwarming romance. Alexandra McKnight prefers a life of long workadays and short-term relationships, and she's found it in Hope's Crossing. She's just been offered her dream job of an exclusive new restaurant being built in town. But when it comes to designing the kitchen, Alex finds herself getting up close and personal with the construction foreman, Sam Delgado. At first glance, Sam seems perfect for Alex. He's big, tough, gorgeous, and only in town for a few weeks. But when Sam suddenly moves into a house down the road, Alex suspects that the devoted single father of a 6-year-old boy wants more from her than she's willing to give. Now it's up to Sam to help Alex see that no matter what happened in her past, together they can build something more meaningful in Hope's Crossing. You know, you can't have just a romance. You have to throw in children and secret babies, and he's a billionaire and stuff like that. See, now this is an example of what this site does. It's not necessarily new releases. This one is probably just coming out in paperback. I know that one's been out for a while. Where he says, back in the day, the physical books would have mounted up to the ceiling very shortly. Indeed. Now on the PC, you should have known should be less costly. Yeah. Another romance. This one's by B.J. Daniels. Very westerny. Dark Side of the River. Grudges run deep between two ranch families, and so do secrets. There's no avoiding anyone in Powder River's small community, not even a bitter rival. For years, Cooper McKenna has been thrown together with Tilly Stafford, competing against her at summer rodeos. With all the bad blood between their families, he never imagined they'd be forced to work together. Then Tilly's younger sister is shot, and Cooper comes under suspicion. Determined to get answers, they reluctantly team up, animosity turning to something far more heated and no less dangerous, because someone is watching with a lot to hide and every reason to kill again. Not horrible. Cozy. Death of a Clam Digger by Lee Hollis. Haley Powell, a small-town food and wine columnist turned sleuth, finds herself caught between a deadly rivalry between seafood clans. Food and cocktails columnist Haley Powell usually reserves judgment for local cuisine, not the people who serve it. But staying neutral isn't so easy when caught between the biggest seafood rivals in town, her BFF Mona Barnes and the successful Layton clan. Adding to a bitter decades-old surf-turf war between family businesses, a modern Romeo and Juliet story unfolds as Mona's son gets engaged to the daughter of her sworn enemy. Spiteful patriarch Lonnie Layton is also steamed about the arrangement, enough to go to dangerous lengths to break it up, at least until he's discovered face down and dead in the clam flats. Death of a Clam Digger. Alrighty. My little alarm went off, which means that we have to start winding up here. We'll go back to that tomorrow. I want to thank everybody for showing up today. I hope you get some good reading in. Hopefully you check out some of these books. Tomorrow we'll probably look at some fantasy, sci-fi, and then go back to that cozies and romance, if they also only have one release this week, according to the other website. That's what I love. There's so much new stuff. That's why we're like sharks. You got to keep looking at what's out there every week, because there could be something that you're interested in. But I appreciate everybody showing up this morning. I hope you have a beautiful day. Hope you get some reading in. And remember, you don't get good person points by reading something you're not liking. Be sure to, speaking of liking, hit the like button if you like this. Hit subscribe if you'd like to find out if we are doing Other things like sprints. I am officially doing a sprint tomorrow night, Wednesday at 6 p.m. But I'm thinking of also doing one this evening at 6 p.m. So I'll put it up as soon as I'm figuring out if I can fit one in. Because this week is a 1,000-page challenge put on by Sarah at Bookish Knitter, and it helps to hit that number or whatever number you're aiming for to have some dedicated reading time. Otherwise, we'll be here again tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. And again, we'll talk about the new books this week. I know, it goes by so fast, Mary. This time goes by fast. Almost done with Personal Librarian. Awesome. Haven't picked out the new one yet. Have a great day and hope to see you soon on Thunder Horse Descendant. Both of you. Yes, we'll see you in about 90 minutes. I got to go get our guys are going on a job while it's cool during the morning a little early, so I got to go get the shop open up. You have a beautiful day, Deborah, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.